Very good afternoon to one all present here. I extend warm welcome to all for second session. I find immense pleasure in introducing our honorable speaker, Dr. Prashant Puranik sir, who is going to talk us about evaluation parameter of NBA visit. He is a renowned academician. He is working as a professor in pharmaceutics in Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. He has 8 years of administrative experience, 25 years of teaching experience, 1 year of industrial experience, and 17 years of research experience. He has completed 2 mod drops and 1 faculty development program as a coordinator. He has published 31 national and 37 international publications. He is also author of 5 books. He is a recipient of JRF UGC in MPharm and CSIR SRF for PhD. He is an academic council member of RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. He is the chairman of Board of Studies of Nagpur University, Nagpur. He works as a NBA NAC expert panel member. He also works as a AICTE, DTE, and university panel member. He also played role of research person for various university, state, national level seminar conferences, AICTE sponsored training program and staff development program. He delivered more than 30 lectures. Now, may I request Dr. Prashant Puranik sir to deliver his valuable talk.
Start video for Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank organizers for inviting me to participate in this event. Without wasting our time, just we will start our lecture. I think the participant must be from different colleges.
Yes, sir.
And before this my lecture, you must have come across various parameters about the NBAs. That is, what is accreditation and so on and so on. Just I will touch some silent features and then we will go for the evaluation parameters. I expect that you are aware of most of the things about the NBA, what are the different criteria and so on and so on. And just we will see that here, what are the evaluation parameters for the NBA visit. So just we will brush up with certain parameters that what is the importance of this accreditation. Now there are various aspects which are associated with this accreditation, and the most important parameter associated with this accreditation is the upliftment of the education and of the upliftment of the quality of the students who are passing the graduate courses, so that these students can be accepted throughout the world and they can play an important role in the society development. So for this accreditation purposes, we are having 2 bodies. The first one is your NAC body, that is National Accreditation and Assessment Council, and second one is your National Board of Accreditation as such. Now, the basic difference between these 2 bodies is that the NBA, that is the body which is associated with this accreditation process, is associated with the AICTE, that is All India Council of Technical Education, which is controlling the administration and quality of the technical courses throughout India. And NAC in general, it is associated with the universities bodies, and it is also controlling all sort of higher education and education throughout India. Specifically, those courses which are affiliated to the AICTE, that is those courses which are declared as a technical courses for which we have to go for NBA. And the basic objective of this NBA is to assess and accredit the professional programs offered by the various levels by the technical institutions. And as per the definition of AICTE, since the pharmacy is a technical course, it is coming into the criteria of NBA. Now there is a lot of controversy nowadays whether the pharmacy is a technical course or not, and that's why the AICTE has made an option to the institutes that if they are interested in continuing with the AICTE, they can go for it. Otherwise, they may leave the AICTE also. So in future, it may be possible that NBA may not be mandatory for the pharmacy courses, considering all these judgments provided by the Supreme Court. But still, considering the scholarships and other issues, still it is mandatory for the pharmacy institute to be associated with the AICTE, for which they require the NBA accreditation. As such, there is a lot of difference between the NBA accreditation and NAC accreditation. And in my opinion, if you ask me the question that which accreditation is better, then I will definitely say that the accreditation procedure to be followed, or which is followed by the NBA, is considerably equivalent to the NAC process. But since it is to be followed for professional courses, it is somewhat have some advantages over the NAC course. So the basic mission of this NBA is to provide, to stimulate quality of teaching, self-evaluation, and accountability in the higher education. So the basic aim is that to create the high quality professionals as far as these different technical and professional programs are considered. And many times the question is asked that what is this high quality or high education standards? Then you will get the answer whenever you are going for this NBA, that what is this high quality or high education standards. The main objective of the NBA, I think you must have studied all those parameters, but I'm just brushing it to stimulate you and to understand my future topics in a better manner. So the basic objective is to assess and grade the colleges, stimulate the academic environment, contribute to the spheres of the knowledge in its discipline. The basic aim is motivation. See, we never say that NBA is coming for inspection. Many times there is a lot of controversy whether NBA carried out any inspection or not. So it is not the fact that NBA is coming here for your inspection purposes. Then for what NBA is coming for? NBA is coming for the assessment purposes. It is not, there is a lot of difference between the assessment and the inspection. The NBA does not carry out any inspection because it gives you the scope for improvement. And whenever there is a scope for the improvement, you cannot say that it is an inspection. It is helpful you, it motivates you, your institutes in the field of technical and professional education for research and adopting certain teaching practices. Similarly, as I already said that it is a basic encouraging process in the field of innovation, self-evaluation, and accountability in the higher education. And not only this, it also suggests you certain necessary changes. Whenever we are going through this NBA, you will find that not only it is asking you certain questions, but it is also giving you certain answers to your questions also that encourages you for promoting bringing the necessary changes in the field of your institutions. And similarly, it helps institution to realize their academic objective as far as the process is considered. So the basic thing is associated with this NBA objective is to uplift the institutes, to uplift the knowledge, skills, and attitude of the students as a result of the fact that the nation is getting benefited, the society is getting benefited, and NBA also knows that nobody is 100% perfect. And since nobody is 100% perfect, there is always chance of improvement there is always chance of continuation in the improvement, and this opportunity is provided by the NBA after getting some information in the form of self-evaluation of the institutes. Now, why we should go for this accreditation as such? Because many times whenever we are looking for ourselves, we find that we are perfect. But if somebody comes to us and say that no, you are not perfect, these are drawbacks from your side, then we come to know that these are the drawbacks from our point. So the basic aim of the this accreditation process is to make awareness about the weakness which is there in the institutions. And whenever weakness is there, there is always a chance of improvement, and hence there is, when you know your weakness, you try hard for your strengthening those weaknesses, and as a result of that, there is an improvement in the structure, and finally there is improvement of quality of the academic programs run by the institutions. Similarly, updating the institutions in the programs, curriculum, teaching, learning process, faculty achievement, student skills, abilities, and knowledge. These are the various significances. By if you are going for this NBA accreditation, then there is a guarantee that uh, definitely there will be the improvement in the programs as per the society requirement. There is improvement in the teaching and learning processes. There is improvement in the faculty achievements also. There is improvements in the student skills, abilities, and knowledge. From every angle, you will find that there is an improvement, and that is the basic significance of this accreditation process. Similarly, to facilitate the receiving of grants from the government, many times nowadays the government has made compulsory that if you are NBT accredited, you will get the grants. Otherwise, you will not get MODROB or whatever other types of grants as such. So many times scholarship is also one of the criteria behind this accreditation process. And why these compulsions are there? This is not a compulsion actually. This is a motivation from the part of government that you go for accreditation means you go for improvement. You go for improvement so that you will get more benefits from the government side also. And the most important is that there is an international recognition, because this NBA is working as per the uh, international standards, and as a result of that there is an international recognition for the NBA, as well as there is a mobility of graduate students and professional as far as these type of things are considered. So accordingly, it is estimated that these are the important aspects which are associated with the accreditation. And what is the basic of this NBA process, or what we can say is that what is the basic of this accreditation process? So the basic of this accreditation process is that outcome-based education. So considering this outcome-based education, knowledge, skills, and attitudes are the major important components of outcome-based education. So whenever we are going for this outcome-based education, the thing is that whatever the outcome is there, that outcome should be a measurable component. If it is not a measurable component, then that outcome has no value. And the important part from our point of view here is the student. The stakeholder, important stakeholder is student. And if there is improvement in the knowledge, skill, and attitude of the students, then we can say that our system is working properly. So in order to have these three parameters, knowledge, skill, and attitude, which are the measurable components, NBS developed one system in which they try to develop certain graduate attributes. So these graduate attributes are provided by the NBA, considering the knowledge, skills, and attitude required for the students who are going for graduation courses. So the basic theme is provided by the NBA, that what type of knowledge, what type of skill, and what type of attitude is required by the students passing the professional graduate courses, and that are coming into the category of graduate attributes. So if, and there is a claim by the NBA that those institutes ensuring attributes are accredited. If you are following these attributes, if the students are following this attribute, then that type of institutes can be accredited. The basic outcome based education program has a very good and well planned teaching learning process. Similarly, there are various assessment methods and tools for evaluation of teaching learning process for improvements. So basic of this outcome based process is that not only you should have a planned teaching learning tools, but there are also methods and tools for evaluation of teaching learning processes. Because as I already told you that if there is some assessment system, then you will come to know that what are your weaknesses, and whenever you will come to know that what are your weaknesses, then there will be the improvement. Many times we are going to the institutes and ask them that we don't ask them that what are your strength. Many times we ask them that what are your weakness first. So whenever we ask them such type of questions, they get annoyed with us that this fellow is coming here for what purpose, and he is asking us that what are your weakness. How we can tell our weakness to this particular person? But it is not the concept. The concept behind this NBA programming evaluation is that you first don't concentrate on your strength. You don't concentrate. You specifically concentrate on your weakness and threats. If you are concentrating on this, your strength, no doubt. But there is an improvement in the chance. There is improvement in the category of your weakness and your threats. And we are concentrating on these two parameters. We are not concentrating. We are definitely concentrating on the strength. We are acknowledging your strength. But in addition to that, the most important part is that we want to know, rather than we want to know, the institute should know the weakness and threats available with them, and accordingly we want to see that the institute should improve their weakness and strength, and that is our base what whenever we are going for evaluation of this type of things. This is again a general statements as far as these different criteria are considered. All of you must be aware about these different criteria. So there are in total 9 criteria which are available as far as the accreditation process are considered. And most important criteria here is criteria number 5, that is faculty information and contribution, and criteria number 4, that is student performance. Just I'm going from back, like a back titration. I'm giving you the end result first, and then I'm coming to the points of evaluation. The end result is that why we are going for accreditation. We want accreditation. When you will get the accreditation, as we have said here, that these are the 9 criteria divided in 9 parameters, and similarly, out of these 9 parameters, if totally 1000 points are there, out of these 1000 points, if you are getting 715 points out of 1000 points, and minimum score of 60% in all the fields, that is in all the 9 criteria, then you are eligible for the accreditation for the period of 6 years. This is the end result for which we are working for. This is the end result for which we are working for. So our target, as we already said, that nobody is 100% perfect. AICT, NBA also know that nobody is 100% perfect. So as a result of that, they said a criteria that if you are scoring 750 points out of the 1000 points and minimum of 60% score in all the fields, of that is criteria of 9 criteria what they have defined here. So you are eligible for 6 years for accreditation time. No doubt. Again, here they have considered that if you are not even you cannot secure 6 and 750 points, then at least you should secure 600 points in aggregates, so that you will get a provisional accreditation for 3 years under Tier 2 systems. So these are the 2 aspects, these are the 2 end results. So there are actually 3 end results. The first end result is that you may get the accreditation for the period of 6 years if you have 750 points and 60% in all the fields, or you may give the accreditation for 3 years if you are getting 600 points in at all your evaluation process. And the third possibility may be that if you are not getting even this, then will be the third step, that will be of no accreditation. So this is how what we are going for this accreditation process, and this is the end result for which all of you are working for. Now, whenever we are working for all these sort of end results, the important thing is that how to achieve this. Now, whenever we are going for achieving all these particular type of end results, so many parameters, so many studies, so many things we have to follow for. Now, what are the different steps? What are the different parameters we have to follow for? As in nowadays, we have to go for pre-qualifier submission. So the very first step college has to look after is that whether they qualifies for the process of this MBA or not. So one has to submit this pre-qualifier submission to the MBA to start to begin with. If you are qualifying in this pre-qualifier submission, you are getting the information from the MBA, and then you will go for self-assessment report. See, the very important parameter here is that NBA is not going to assess you. The NBA is not coming to you and then starting the assessment that what process we are following in the inspection as such. In the beginning, I have said that this is not an inspection, and the reason behind this is that in the inspection, you are totally unaware of the fact that the inspectors are coming to you. The inspectors come to you at any moment of time, and under whatever the circumstances you are working, they are checking you. But this is not the case in case of NBA visits. They are not saying that NBA inspection, they are saying that NBA visit. And whenever we are visiting somebody, we are intimating in advance to them that we are coming to you. These are the parameters we will check for it, so be ready for it. And whenever we are saying that these are the parameters that which are available for checking purposes, we are giving them the list of parameters also. So whatever the criteria are there, we are saying that these are the different criteria, these are the different sub-points, sub-criteria coming into those criteria, and we will check it. So what you are doing it based on those criteria and sub-criteria, you are preparing your self-assessment report. So you are already working on the self-assessment report. You yourself have given that data to the MBA. The basic purpose of this MBA is just to check and verify the data which is provided by you in your self-assessment report. So this self-assessment report is very important from the point of view of institutes, because if you are making any wrong claims in this self-assessment report, or if you are forgetting things, or if you are going on excessive claims, then that type of things makes a problem for the institutes in the evaluation process. So the very important parameter is that, because it is even as it is not expecting, the NBA is not expecting that there should be 100%, you should get 1,000 out of 1,000. They are expecting that 250 may be deficient. They are expecting that 40% may be deficient. So you should not bother that if somebody is lacking behind or some lapses are there, then you should not bother for this type of lapses or some type of things. You should be quite clear, because if this type of lapses come into at the time of evaluation, and it has been found that if you are going for false reporting, then it creates a problem. So it is advisable that since it is not an inspection, lapses are acceptable, no doubt. So self-assessment report should be perfect as far as the whatever the required things are there. So whenever you are going for self-assessment report and sufficient time is given to you to prepare yourself for all these particular type of formalities, the MBA appoints an evaluation team. So they are not saying that it is an inspection team, it is evaluation team, because it is coming to you for evaluating your submitted self-assessment report. And that is the only function that assessment or evaluation team has to perform. The evaluation team shall share the strength and weakness of the program institute with the members of the institution during the executive. So they will evaluate the things, and after evaluation, they will give their observations regarding the institute in the meeting. Now, you will ask us the question many times. There is a problem with the institutions. कि ये इवेल्यूशन टीम आती है, 2 दिन के लिए आती है, पहला दिन इनका प्रेजेंटेशन में जाता है, दूसरा घूमने में जाता है, तीसरा दिन, और ये क्या देखते हैं इतने इसमें इतने छोटे समय में क्या-क्या काम करते हैं ये लोग, कैसा काम करते हैं? तो इट इज़ नॉट द फैक्ट. It is not the fact that evaluation team is working with you only for 2 days, and that too half of their time, not I'm saying that they are wasting, but half of their time is they are busy with some other type of works, and they are not getting much more time to check the various files and things which we have taken so many troubles to make it for. It is not so, because uh, NBA evaluators has to work in advance before coming to your institute. They have to work a lot before coming to your institute. So they have to fill some sort of evaluation sheet, that is known as pre-evaluation sheet, which are made available to them in advance. So whatever the ACR which is submitted by you, that ACR is sent to those evaluation team members, and those evaluation team members in advance they have to go for filling this type of evaluation sheets. Okay, so suppose I have given one example of this here for criteria number 1, that is vision, mission, and program educational objective. So whether they will go through your SAR, they will check whether the availability is there or not. So again, there are sub kinds, that is whether mission statement is there, whether vision statement is there, whether various POs are there or not, and what are the different POs, what have been prescribed by the institute, and so on and so on. This they will go on overlooking it, and they will have their observations for the availability, whether they are the observations for the availability, meaning here is that they will see that whether they are as per the required standard or not. Okay. Suppose we are giving any vision statement or mission statement, then whether that statement is appropriate or not, whether that statement is proper or not, they will have their observations for that. Then another important parameter thing they will look after is adequacy of documentary evidences provided with SAR, and whatever the documentary evidence you are providing, whether it is conclusive or non-conclusive. Now, the important thing here is that there are certain guidelines given by the NBA as far as how to prepare this SAR, and the guidelines are openly available on the net and with the institutes, and based on those guidelines only, the institutes are preparing their SAR. But still, many times it's happened that there is a problem of interpretation of these guidelines. There is many times a problem of uh, hiding something from the part of institution if they are not doing the things properly. And a general idea, the evaluators have to percept when as far as this adequacy of documentary evidence provided with the SAR or not. So they will go on checking whether the documentary evidence what you are claiming for it is provided or not. The another parameter is that they will go for the documentary evidence to be verified. If they come to know that you have provided certain type of documentary evidences, and if they are satisfied with those documentary evidences, then they will say okay. But if they are of the opinion that the documentary, whatever the documentary evidences you have provided, these documentary evidences are not as per the requirement, or if they have certain doubts about the documentary evidences provided by you along with your SAR, then they will make a list of documentary evidences to be verified at the time of inspection. So my answer to your question, that why these people are not checking all the files, why these peoples are not going for they are concentrating at a specific point and they are just verifying the other files. It may be possible that all the 30 or 29 files, whatever you have prepared, released with you, they will go through those files very fast. But they will stuck up with 3 or 4 files. Why? Why they will stuck up with 3 to 4 files only out of this, and they will verify that whether you have actually have that particular documentation with you or not. Why they will stuck up with 3 to 4 files only? Because they themselves have pre-evaluated your SAR and they have find out the information that what type of documentary evidences to be verified at the time of your visit by the evaluators. So they have already in their mind that what to be checked and what not to be checked. For what they are satisfied and for what they are not satisfied. And it is not like that only. Mention points of interaction with the stakeholders, if any. Many times, whenever this type of documents are generated, so many stakeholders, specifically for vision, mission, use, development, and so on and so on, we have to take the help of stakeholders. So during the evaluation parameters, they will also say that because you are aware of the fact that the evaluators have to meet with parents, they have to meet with students, they have to meet with teaching staff, they have to meet with non-teaching staff. Then, based on the document SAR what you have submitted, they will find out the points that what type of problems they may pursue during documentary verification, or what type of points they want to get clarified from the stakeholders, because you will say that so many books are available, but you are not attaching the purchase bills of so many books. You will say that so many students have been placed from our institute last year, but you will not attach the sufficient documentary evidence for the placement of the student. Many times you will just attach offer letters, but you will not you will not attach appointment letters. Many times even you will attach appointment letters, but you will not attach joining letters. You will not attach their ID cards. So whatever the documents, because whenever we are going for up to their joining reports and up to their ID cards, there is a foolproof evidence that that candidate has placed at a particular company and he has joined and he has that ID card. So there is a foolproof evidence. There is a foolproof document what you have presented. But if you are just offering, attaching the your simple offer letter or appointment letter, then it is not sufficient. It does not give guarantee or 100% surety that that particular person is placed or not. So the points of interaction with the stakeholders, they are noting all these particular points, and in this particular manner, they have certain sort of perceptions about your institute in advance, that what type of, based on this particular pre-evaluation sheets, what they have gone for, they will have their perceptions about the institute as such. And that's why I'm telling you repeatedly that whenever you are going for preparing this SAR, the SAR preparation, the supplementary documentation, submission along with this SAR is very, very important as far as are. So evaluation report, whatever you are getting it here, uh, so they are coming to you, they are evaluating your premises, they are preparing the evaluation report, and then that evaluation report is placed before the evaluation and accreditation committee for recommendations. And the evaluation accreditation committee will again submit this their recommendations to the PC for its final decision for granting the accreditation. Whatever the outcome of the executive committee will be informed to the institute, and if the institute is aggrieved by the decision of the executive committee or the NBA, then they provide you a chance of appeal to the NBA again for rechecking or whatever what we can give the word to the appellate committee of the NBA for reconsideration of the. So there is a total transparent system. It is not like that if the you are saying if your evaluators are giving some report and it is presented before the EAC and EC and they have certain taken decision, and if you are not satisfied, then you may have there is a provision for giving an appellate committee report to the. There is a provision of appearing before the appellate committee for all these particular type of purposes. So my interest in evaluation process is that what type of, there is nothing new I'm going to tell you, because the SAR itself is a complete document which is available with you, which you are preparing, and just the visitors are inspecting it or they are just verifying it. Okay. So what are the factors to be assessed during the on-site visit of the evaluators? Again, you will ask me the question that, sir, within such a small period of time, how can you judge the things? And that is the skill of the evaluators. That is the skill of evaluators, that during this small and short period of time, just by observation, how those people are really uh, observing you, and they are putting certain impression about you in their mind. So to support them, their pre-evaluation report is already available with them, plus pre-evaluation report, plus the visit what they are making with your institution makes their assessment very much easy. So the factors, major factors to be assessed here are outcome of education provided, then quality assurance processes, including internal reviews, assessments, activities and works of the students, motivation and enthusiasm of the faculties, qualification and activities of the faculty members, infrastructure facilities, laboratory facilities, library facilities, industry participation, organization. So this is a list of common factors which is already mentioned in the evaluation report. And the thing is that they tell you, they inform you in advance that whenever we are coming to you, we are going to evaluate the following factors. So there is nothing hidden agenda about it. Everything is clear, it is available in black and white, that whenever these people are coming to you for the evaluation purposes, what type of things they are going to evaluate. You know the things in advance, you are knowing the things in advance, just you have to prepare that I have to go for this type of things, I have to prepare for it. Okay. Now, so this is a general list, these are the general factors what are to be what to be assessed by the, suppose we will go for one of the factor, that is industry participation. Now there is a, you are running a UG course and you will ask us the question that, sir, how at UG course the industry can participate? So there are n number of ways, there are n number of views about this industry participation. So what you are doing is that you are just calling somebody from the industry and keeping their guest lecture, and you said that there is industry participation. There is smart another institute, they will also call guest lecture. What they will do, they will ask the industry person to have some demonstration in their institute about some of the instruments or equipments whatever they are available with. Some of the other smart institute, what they will do, they will send their students to the industry, they will ask their students to submit a report of the industry visit. So sometimes, many times, the institute people will go to the industry, they will get trained there, themselves, and they will come back and they will teach those things to the institute. So aspect is one aspect, that is industry participation. So in what form industry is participating and how much trouble you are taking for the participation of the industry, that point is look for. सिर्फ जो बोलते हैं कि हमने गेस्ट लेक्चर अरेंज किया, हमारे इंडस्ट्री पार्टिसिपेट हो गया, और जो बोलता है कि हमने गेस्ट लेक्चर को बुलाया है, यहाँ पर उसको गेस्ट लेक्चर देने के लिए बोला है, बाद में उन्होंने यहाँ पर हमको डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिया है, हमने हमारे बच्चों को इंडस्ट्री में भेजा है, कुछ ऑनलाइन हैंडलिंग्स वहाँ पर हो गया है, हैंड्स ऑन हो गया है, उनको वहाँ पे डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिया गया है, दे हैव लर्न द प्रोसेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन द क्वालिटी कंट्रोल एरियाज, इन द रेगुलेटरी एरिया, दे नो समथिंग फ्रॉम दैट. ये जो तीनों एस्पेक्ट्स है, तीनों एस्पेक्ट्स में शायद जो तीसरा एस्पेक्ट्स है उसको इवैल्यूएटर्स ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देंगे. सिमिलरली मेनी टाइम्स जो कैजुअल बातें होती है, आपको लगता है कि इंस्पेक्टर अच्छे से बात की है हमसे, इट इज देयर ड्यूटीज. वो अच्छे से बात करने का मतलब ही उनका मकसद होता है टू ग्रैब सम इंफॉर्मेशन. तो जब ये बहुत सारे लोगों को पता चलता है कि ये इंस्पेक्टर्स आते हैं हमको ही पूछते हैं और हमसे कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन लेते हैं, तो बहुत जगह हमने देखा गया कि वो हमसे बात ही नहीं करते. बात नहीं करना ये भी बहुत गलत है, ज़्यादा बात करना ये भी बहुत गलत है, प्रॉपर इन्फॉर्मेशन देना ये बात सही. सो विदाउट अफ्रेड whatever the things which are available with you, with your institute, with your staff, you ask them to be free and frank to interact with the student, to interact with the assessor team. Because if nobody is telling anything to the visiting team, then it indicates that there is something fishy thing is there. So discussion with head of the institute, dean, head of the departments, program and course coordinator, member of management, and uh, faculty members, alumni, students, parents. It is an important issue. As I already told you that 100% there is no one is 100% perfect. But during this meeting, it usually we found that everybody is saying that we are happy. There is no problem from our side. Institute is so good. So everything is goody 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 goody. But the person who are coming to you, he is observing your institute, he is observing your students, he is observing your faculty members, he is observing your alumni, students, parents. From somewhere they get the feedback. No, this is not 100% goody goody. So it is always better to share with the visitors to show your sincerity. No doubt, we are working our hard 90%, but still these are our 10% laggunars for which we would like to improve. So if you are saying like this, then that gives more weightage than just keeping the mum and saying that everything is very good. Because they know it that there are some weakness in you with your institute. And if you are at least you should tell something then that we want to improve this in this area. It gives a good it gives a good impression, and not only impression, it gives a good message to the evaluation team that how you should go for. So at the time of inspections, so many exhibits are to be made available to the evaluation team. And the most important, I have mentioned here some of the exhibits as far as profile of the faculty, evidences that the results of the assessment of the course outcomes and program outcomes are being applied to the review and ongoing improvement of program effectiveness. A list of publication, sample material for theory and laboratory course. Many times it has been observed that people are putting a big file in front of the evaluators. It is not expected also that you should go for this type of big files to be put before the evaluators. What they are asking you to sample materials. So you take any sample material out of so many things you have prepared. You take that this is the sample we want to show you that this is sample. Go for sample material for theory and laboratory. Sample test. Again, word sample is here. Sample test, semester examination question papers for all the courses. Sample examination answer script project, assignment, question papers, evidences related to the assessment tools for COs and POs. Students records of 3 immediate batches of graduate. So again, this list is provided by the AICT in the form of exhibit. We have to make it available with the evaluators. Sample project reports, sample student feedback form, sample for industry institute interaction, result of quality assurance reviews, records of employments, records of academic support, and any other document that evaluation team may request. Now here you will find that the word sample is used. Why? Because they also know that NB authorities also know that it is not possible for evaluation team to check each and every document of each and every student and so on. So that's why it is important from your point of view that this type of sample documents, according to you, which you feel that these are 100% or available and 100% they are perfect, no doubt you can provide them with the evaluators. So in addition to this, what the evaluators will go for whenever they are coming to the evaluation of your institute. Definitely, these evaluators will visit to your, they will have the schedule program with them. With the consent of the principal of that college, they will have a schedule program. And that schedule program, they will go for classroom visits, laboratory visits, library visits, computer center visits, hostel and dispensary visits. In addition to that, You may have herbal garden visit and so on and so on. So whatever the possible places are there, they will try to visit and try to access that whatever the things which you have mentioned in your SAR, whether really they are there or not. Many times people are of the opinion that या 2 घंटे तो उन्होंने विजिट में ही गमा दिए, 3 घंटे तो उन्होंने विजिट में ही गमा दिए. It is not गमा दिए, it is what they have observed, because many times whatever you are giving in your SAR has to be related with the observation of the evaluators, and that is important, because whenever they are moving to your laboratories, they are just not observing that how laboratory is good, infrastructure is good, and so on and so on. They are observing that how you have kept the bottles, whether the bottles are properly labeled or not, whether the SOPs are there, whether the SOPs are properly prepared or not, whether the journals are kept there, how many, whether the list of practicals to be performed is there, whatever the list of practicals to be performed as per the syllabus, what is in addition to the syllabus, what additional efforts you are taking to, what additional type of experiments you are asking the students to perform in order to bridge the gap between your POs and your COs and POs. So all these type of observations they are making by asking certain questions to the staff or students, and similarly if the students are there, by asking certain questions to the students, they are checking the quality and level of the students. Indirectly they are checking the teaching learning of the teachers with the students. क्योंकि जब हम बात करते हैं तो बहुत बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि students are giving some copybook questions, answers particularly. But if you are asking them certain questions which are out of book, then really they will come to know that what is the standard of, what is the quality of this, what is the knowledge, what is the skill of this particular student. So accordingly, this visit is also important from the NBA visit evaluators point of view, for which they are spending most of the times. So you will find that they are spending most of the times during the visit and the interaction, because these are the very two crucial parameters from their point of view. Now, the most important here is I will like to tell you in our pharmacy definition that QC versus QA. NBA is a part of quality assurance. NBA is not a quality control. Quality control is provided with the inspection system, but quality assurance is not provided by the inspection system. Quality assurance always deals with the self-assessment and verifying that self-assessment, rectification, and then improvement. So in quality assurance, there is always a chance of rectification and improvement of any material or anything what we are looking for. So as a result of that, we are considering NBA visit not as a quality control parameter, but we are considering this NBA visit as a quality assurance parameter, because it helps us in qualifying two parameters. Our aim is to improve the quality, and the quality should be inbuilt. Whenever we are saying that the quality should be inbuilt quality, the quality has to be imbibed with the students during the process, that is during their study only. Quality cannot be imbibed in the student during their examination or evaluation of the examination. So the basic concept of the NBA is that if you whatever the guidelines NBA has given to you, if you are following those particular guidelines, then the quality will be automatically imbibed in the mind of the student, and accordingly the graduates which are passing from the institute will be of highly acceptable and high standard quality. So the basic of the NBA is to imbibe certain qualities which are referred to as graduate attributes to the students whenever they are studying at you in the first, second, third, fourth, at different level of study with you. And simultaneously, it provides you an opportunity to improve the system from A to Z in case if there is a weakness or if there is a threat to your courses as far as the improvement is considered. So it is playing a double game, That is, on one side, it is monitoring the quality of the students by giving certain type of guidelines, and similarly, it is also asking you to find out your weaknesses and go on improving. So that's why the cycle 1 of the NBA, that is the first accreditation, I will say that the first accreditation is quite simple as compared to the cycle 2, that is the second accreditation. Because in first accreditation, you will find that you are qualifying with flying colors, 70% marks, 72% marks, for example, 72% marks, or somebody with 75% marks. Okay. And those who are having 75% and above marks, they will get accreditation for 6 years. And those with 75% to 60% marks, they will get accreditation for 3 years. Suppose we will consider that a good, very good institute there, and they are accredited with for 6 years after getting 750 marks. But subsequently, when the accreditation team will come after 6 years for their second cycle, then their expectation for them, they have to start from 75% equivalent to 0. They will not consider early whatever the 75% areas what we have worked earlier, they will not consider that area. For them, it is a percentile one, it will be a percentile one, and for them the 75% which we have already achieved will be 0. You tell us what above 75%. If you prove beyond doubt that you have grown up above 75% with these particular aspects, so you will have to highlight those aspects. So what are those highlighted aspects that which were not earlier? And because of the continuous following of the NBA guidelines, we have find out our gaps, we have find out our lapses, and accordingly we are improving us. We have improved ourselves, and now this is 75 plus. Whatever it may be, 5% or 10%. And then only in second cycle you will be successful. But if you are not having 75 plus, then again you will have a problem in your second cycle. Maybe possible that you may get certain less improvement for your. Hello.
सांगा ना तुम्ही काय
ते कादीवरचं उचल सगळं
मी उचलला.
Hello, please. There is a disturbance, please. So that is important. Yes, organizer, administrator, please control the things. Dr. Singhi sir, please do something. Abhiram.
Yes. हो गया सर.
Okay. So it is totally a quality assurance system. It is not a quality control system. What we are going for, as far as this type of things are considered. So since we are from the pharmacy field, all of you are aware of the quality assurance, and there is a facility which is provided for us in the form of continuous improvement, then we will go for it. So again, one case study, what we would like to discuss it here is that every time you will find that there is a sample study. So what is the sample? So if you go for this all 9 criteria, you will find that all the 9 criteria are interlinked criteria. In most of the institutes, it has been found that criteria 1 is given to one person, criteria 2 is given to second person, criteria 3 is given to third person, 4 is to fourth one, fifth to fifth one. But there is no intercorrelation between the person to person. That's why whenever we are asking somebody that you give us the document from case criteria 1, then one person comes. Criteria 2, some other person comes. Criteria 3, some other person comes. But when we ask them that what is the relationship between 1, 2, and 3, nobody gives the answer. And that is the basic lacuna what the institutes are facing, because we are not interested in what you have prepared. We are interested in the process of development. The important thing is that vision. Okay. So there is a perfect interaction, interrelationship between the vision, mission, and the PEOs. We are not, you are given us a vision statement. We are not interested in, we are definitely interested in vision statement, but rather we are more interested in how you have prepared this vision statement. Whenever we are going for this, there is industry, alumni, students, management, professional bodies, facilities, parents. So many things are associated with this type of vision statement. Similar is the case with, based on this vision statement, we have to go for mission statement. There is a many confusion in the minds of many people that whether vision comes first or mission comes first. There should not be at all any confusion in the minds of the people that vision should be always come first. Based on the vision, how to achieve this mission, we have to go for mission. To achieve mission, whatever the mission we have developed, we have to develop our PEOs. So there is a perfect relationship between vision, mission, and the PEOs. Whenever we are going for these PEOs, we have to consider the views of industry, alumni, students, management, professors, professional bodies, facilities, the parents, and getting certain views of from all these particular stakeholders. We have to prepare a summary of views after consultation. And the accepted views are coming in the form of POs. But many times whenever you are asking this institute that how you have developed the POs and show us the documents, they say that sir हमने तो बना लिया इसको, ये हमने एक मीटिंग लिया, मीटिंग में ठहरा लिया. But before that, you have to provide us the document that how you have developed these POs based on the input from your stakeholders. So what are the meeting dates for those stakeholders? How you have invited them for these meetings? What about the meeting records? What are the minutes of meeting for that particular one? Then what is the summary of those particular uh, discussions? So you may get 100 points, but your 100 POs cannot be there. So after consulting between yourself, what type of POs you have accepted for your institutes, and these are the final POs. So whole this type of document which is to be given, and these whole POs are based on mission. Mission is to be based on vision. So whole the process. यदि हम किसी को पूछते हैं कि आपको विजन और PO के साथ में कोई संबंध है क्या, 70% केसेस में हमें जवाब आता है नहीं. बट इट इज इसका मतलब सही होता है कि they are not followed proper procedure for the determination of the POs and accordingly. Similarly, there is another aspect which is associated with the POs, program outcome. The program outcome are always, there are certain graduate attitudes, and the program outcome is always associated with this GH. So people know GA, people know PO, but how they have developed this PO from the GA, they don't. या एक पर्सन को मालूम होता है मगर दूसरों को हम पूछते तो बोलते मुझे मालूम नहीं सर, ये मेरा काम नहीं था. This type of answers are not expected from the, at least from the faculty, because it is not a divided work, it is a united work. And whenever you say that you don't know, then it gives a very bad impression as far as institute is considered, because it is expected that all these POs should be generated within meeting with the consultation of the faculties. So if your faculty don't know that what is the relationship between POs and GA, then it indicates that these POs and GAs are generally prepared by one person only by sitting in laptop and computers, and others don't know regarding this, that how he has developed and so on. Even though the procedure may be there may be a documentation, but the others don't know means they are not participated in it. So without their participation, how it can be developed and generated? Whenever, suppose in case of development of POs, you say that you have conducted the meeting of the students and management and alumni, and they said that no sir, we are not part and parcel of the meeting, then it creates a very bad impression. Similarly, as far as development of COs are considered, the COs are associated with the cognitive domain, and they should be domain specific, because this is a sort of course outcome. Many times we ask a general question to the people that what is the difference between POs and COs? They don't. तो जो स्टूडेंट कर सकता है वो भी PO है, जो ग्रेजुएट होने की बात है वो PO है, और CO के बीच में इनको हम डिफरेंस पूछते हैं so they get confused. So this type of confusion, if it is there, then it indicates that इसका implementation, इसका achievement, इसका evaluation कैसे होगा फिर बाद में faculty की तरफ से, not possible. So we will come to that without asking 2 or 3 questions or 4 questions to the faculty that what is the reality. If one person knew it, or all of them knew it and they are properly following the things or not. So COs should be specific, measurable, demonstrable by the students, and should attend one or more POs. There is a perfect correlationship between the COs and POs, and whenever we are going for this course matrix, whenever the terms matrix comes, most of the time we found that the institutes are running. They say that we have prepared this matrix sir, but कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर था उसने बना दिया या कुछ और किसी का हमने ये किया वहां से बना लिया, but the basics of this matrix formulation they don't. So this should not happen. If one person knows the basic of this matrix formulation, it is not sufficient. It is expected that if you are expert in this matrix preparation, then your other staff members should also know. Because one person knowing is not sufficient. The quality assurance system says that everybody should know it. And that is the basic lacuna where we are founding it. Similar is the case with your program matrix. And the program matrix is generally prepared by following courses versus program outcome. And AICT or NBA is not asking you to prepare these documents abundantly. That you have to कुछ तो भी बनाना है इसलिए बनाना है इसका कुछ ये नहीं. हर चीज हर मैट्रिक्स बनाने के पीछे में हर चीज बनाने के पीछे में कोई मकसद होता है, उसका कुछ आउटकम होता है. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि प्रोग्राम आउटकम बनाते हैं जिसके अंदर हम कोर्सेज वर्सेस प्रोग्राम आउटकम को हम कंपेयर करते हैं. हर चीज का हमें आउटपुट मालूम होना चाहिए कि इसका आउटपुट हमारे पास क्या मिलने वाला है. सपोज इसका आउटपुट इंप्रूवमेंट इन कोर्स डिजाइन, हम जो भी कुछ वैल्यू पुट करते हैं जहाँ पे भी वैल्यू कम आती है हम कंसीडर करते हैं कि वहाँ पर हमारा वीकनेस है और ये वीकनेस हमको यदि इम्प्रूव करना है तो ये वैल्यू हमको बढ़ाना है. ये वैल्यू हमको बढ़ाना है मतलब क्या कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, इसको हम हमारा जो कोर्स है उसको फिर से रीडिजाइन करना पड़ेगा, उसमें कुछ ऐड करना पड़ेगा, या फिर हमारे टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस में हमको कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट करना पड़ेगा, या फिर मेथड्स एंड टूल्स नीड फॉर द पर्पस जो है असेसमेंट टूल्स है उसको हम कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट करना पड़ेगा. तो हर चीज का एक चीज को हम कैसे करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं और उसका आउटपुट क्या है ये हमें मालूम होना चाहिए. और ये हमें नहीं मतलब जो आदमी उसको देख रहा है उसको मालूम होने के बाद की बात नहीं है. एवरी फैकल्टी शुड नो इट. बहुत बार देखा गया है कि 2-4 लोगों को मालूम होता है बाकी लोगों को नहीं मालूम होता है. बाकी लोगों को मालूम नहीं होता है मतलब दे आर नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू द क्वालिटी असेसमेंट, एंड इफ दे आर नॉट क्वालिटी असेसमेंट में यदि इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं हो रहा, इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है उनका, वो जो बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं उनका उसका में इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है वो सब्जेक्ट का वो कोर्स का. So it is accordingly by just sample putting you can judge that whether it is really there or not. So there are various criteria. All of you know that criteria 1 deals with the vision mission. You must have discussed it with your earlier in your earlier lectures as such. So there are specifically whenever you are talking it, you will find that specifically criteria 1 is associated with the mission, POs, attainment of POs, assessment of attainment of POs, result of access for redefining POs and so on. So there is a if you read it carefully you will find that एक बार आपने विजन बनाया, एक बार आपने मिशन बनाया, POs बनाया, POs को आपने कितना अटेंड किया और assessment of attainment of POs and result of this assessment for redefining POs ये आपको देखना है. Now here value is important for redefining the POs. बहुत बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि आपने POs तो बना दिए, POs बनाने के बाद में उसको आपने विजन और मिशन से भी आपने उसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कर दिए, मगर ये ऐसा जैसा अपना गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस और करंट गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिसेस होता है उसी प्रकार के ये सिस्टम है कि एक बार आपने गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस फॉलो कर दिया, इसका मतलब 4 साल के बाद में भी वही प्रैक्टिस फॉलो करोगे तो वो ओल्ड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा. दैट वी विल से दैट इट इज ओल्ड गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिस. बिकॉज सिस्टम चेंज हो गया है पूरा। तो सिस्टम जैसा जैसा चेंज होता है उसके हिसाब से क्या आपने उसका असेसमेंट किया है पीओस का, और पीओस का यदि आप असेसमेंट करते हो उसके हिसाब से आपने विजन मिशन बदल दिया है या क्या आपने रीडिफाइन पीओस किया है। इट इज अ रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट दैट आपका विजन एक ही होना चाहिए। जैसा 5 साल पहले मेरा ये विजन ये था, 5 साल के बाद में भी मेरा विजन यही होना चाहिए। इट इज अ रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट बिकॉज if you are changing your vision, your mission will get changed. If you are changing your mission, your program educational objectives will change. If your program educational objective will change, everything will get changed. So it is not compulsory that your program educational objectives should be constant throughout your systems. Specifically, whenever you are going for second that is life cycle, that is second cycle, is it? Then it has been found that वो पहले वाला साइकिल का ही विजन रहता है, पहले वाला साइकिल का ही मिशन रहता है. देयर इज नो चेंज इन प्रोग्राम एजुकेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव. दिस इंडिकेट्स दैट देयर इज अ फेल्यूर in this particular part of assessment of attainment of POs, and there is no redefining of the POs. If there is no redefining of the POs, then what efforts you have considered or what efforts you have taken to redefine these POs? Are you sure that your POs, what you have prepared 5 years back, they are same as that of your today's POs? This should not happen, rather. So, accordingly, in each and every criteria, you have to prove yourself accordingly. So, this is about your teaching and learning process. So, whenever we are going for this particular teaching and learning process, this is the most important part which is associated with the most important criteria. इससे बहुत सारे लोग डरते हैं क्योंकि it is most of the time associated with the teachers. And whenever we are going for this program outcome, it is associated with 150 marks, and the most important is attainment of the program outcome, attainment of the that is your how this program outcome have been attained, and so on. So this is a very important parameter. I think there is some problem with this and this. Okay. So there is a very important parameter as far as this teaching learning process is considered, and the teaching learning is very much important from the teacher's point of view. Now, curriculum development. How curriculum should be designed? There is a one course. Curriculum कैसा डिजाइन करते हैं? करिकुलम कहाँ से आता है? हमें बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हमें जो आता है, हम जो इधर उधर देखते हैं उसको करिकुलम में डाल दो, या इंडस्ट्री की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उसको करिकुलम में डाल दो, ऐसा सिर्फ बोला जाता है. बट इट इज नॉट सो. Curriculum development is also associated with your vision and mission. It is associated with your POs. Similarly, there should be relationship between the curriculum and relevance to POs. Okay. Whenever we are going for industry institute interaction, what is the role of this industry institute interaction in the development of curriculum process? What is the process used to identify curriculum gaps to attain COs and POs? Most of the times you are going for COPO matrices. And whenever you are going for COPO matrices, you will find that there is a gap between COs and POs to be achieved. If there is a gap between COs and POs to be achieved, then how this gap is filled up? जैसा मैंने आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया था जब कि आपके एक XYZ नाम का प्रैक्टिकल है जिसके अंदर में आपके सिलेबस में 8 एक्सपेरिमेंट लिखे हुए हैं, मगर जब आप ये CO और PO का मैट्रिक्स कर रहे हैं उसमें देखा गया है कि ये COs और PO में से कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है वो सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो रहे हैं, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली उसको सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए हमको कुछ करना पड़ेगा. तो हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए हम 2 एडिशनल एक्सपेरिमेंट हमारे सिलेबस में, जो सिलेबस में नहीं है, यूनिवर्सिटी के सिलेबस में नहीं है, हमने इसको कैरी कर रहे हैं. सो दैट इज द level of quality assurance which is required, that in order to achieve the COs and POs, what additional things you are doing beyond your syllabus, that is the important one. And that is why there is, if you are doing for it, then there is a content beyond syllabus for which certain marks are also given. If you are saying that हमारे हाथ में तो कुछ नहीं है, सिलेबस तो PCI देता है, it is a wrong answer to the question. PCI जरूर सिलेबस देता है, PCI ने सिलेबस बनाया है, सब कुछ उन्हीं का है। हमारा क्या है सर इसके अंदर? हमारा यही है कि जो हम हमारे COs और POs बनाए हुए हैं, वो COs और POs बनाने के बाद में उनका क्या गैप है, उसका गैप एनालिसिस आपने कैसा किया है। और वो गैप एनालिसिस में से आपको यदि मिलता है कि ये सिलेबस के अंदर में कुछ खामियां हैं जो हमारे बच्चों को, जो हमारे COs और PO के साथ मेल नहीं खा रही, हमारी विजन मिशन के साथ मेल नहीं खा रहा है, then accordingly we have to take additional, we have to put some additional topics in your theory, maybe practical, and we have to teach them to your student so that they will achieve a specific target as far as your vision and mission is considered. हर कॉलेज का विजन मिशन स्टेटमेंट एक होता है क्या? नहीं होता है, बराबर है। अभी यदि हर कॉलेज का विजन मिशन स्टेटमेंट एक नहीं है तो हर कॉलेज का जो COs POs मैपिंग है वो एक नहीं होगा, हर कॉलेज का POs का COs के साथ में जो संबंध है वो एक नहीं होगा। और यदि ऐसा है तो आपको कंटेंट बियॉन्ड सिलेबस जो है उसके बारे में आपको सोचना पड़ेगा टू मैच विथ योर विजन एंड योर मिशन एज सच। तो सिर्फ बोलने से नहीं चलेगा कि हमारा PCI का सिलेबस, हम तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आप हमारे हाथ पाँव बांध के रखे हैं। किसी ने आपके हाथ पाँव बांध के नहीं रखे हैं। आपको आपका सिलेबस जो है बियॉन्ड सिलेबस कंटेंट डेवलपमेंट का जो काम है, कंसीडरिंग द POs एंड COs, you can do it very well, and that is required from the AICT NBA point of view, because AICT or NBA also knew that there may be certain problems with the current syllabus which is provided by the universities, but they are aware of the fact that the institute can do themselves some additional work in this behalf. So student performance, success rate, academic performance, placement and higher studies, professional activities and total, this is again a very good parameters which we will look for. This depends upon the what students, how the students are behaving in the examinations and so on and so on. This is most important one, that is the faculty contribution. Whenever we are going for faculty contribution, most of the times here the things are associated with the management, because the appointment of the teachers and further subsequent things are associated with them. And we are saying here that the student teacher ratio, faculty cadre ratio, faculty qualification, faculty competencies correlation. So all these different points are there, for which different points are given, which with the total of 175. The important here from our point of view is that research publication, because ये फैकल्टी रिटेंशन है या फिर फैकल्टी अपॉइंटमेंट है, ये तो हमारे हाथ में नहीं होता है, वो तो मैनेजमेंट का पार्ट हो गया। या टीचर का एडर रेशो है, कितनों को क्वालिफाई करना है, कितना नहीं होना है, क्या होना है, अपॉइंटमेंट के टाइप देखने वाला काम। फर्स्ट इज फैकल्टी क्वालिफिकेशन। इफ यू आर in the service, if you want to improve the service, then you must improve your qualification. अभी बीफॉर्म किया, इन्फॉर्म किया, PhD कर लिया, सर अभी क्या करेंगे आगे? हमको तो इम्प्रूवमेंट इन फैकल्टी क्वालिफिकेशन हो ही नहीं सकता है। इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट। There are so many certificate courses, extra co-curricular courses, and there are so many other type of advanced courses what we can go for, and you can add to your qualification as far as this faculty qualification is considered. बहुत बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि अभी PhD के बाद मुझे कुछ नहीं सीखना है, मैं पढ़ना नहीं है मुझे। It is not like that. You are stagnant there. Otherwise, you should not be stagnant at one point. You should develop yourself. You should consider the need of the society. You should consider the need of the education, and you should develop yourself as far as this faculty qualification is considered. Similarly, one example we will give here, research publication. अभी अंडर ग्रेजुएट पे पढ़ते हैं सर, हमको हमारे पास में तो रिसर्च कैसा आएगा वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, ऐसे एक हमेशा इस प्रकार के कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हमारे पास में आते हैं। जिनके पास PG कोर्सेज है उनके तो ऑटोमेटिकली निकल जाते हैं, मगर जहाँ पर सिर्फ UG कोर्सेज है यहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम आता है। मगर इसके लिए भी यदि आप सही में MBA का गाइडलाइंस फॉलो कर रहे हो तो एट फाइनल ईयर B.Pharm लेवल स्टूडेंट्स कैन बी गिवन सम सॉर्ट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट। यदि सिलेबस में नहीं है, आउट ऑफ सिलेबस भी जाके आप उनको दे सकते हो, उनकी तरफ से कुछ काम करवा सकते हो, और उसको भी आप रिसर्च पब्लिकेशन के तौर पर आप उसको पब्लिश करा सकते हो। डेफिनेटली उनका इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर काफ़ी ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, मे बी 0.2, मे बी 0.4, मे बी 0.5, बट अंडर ग्रेजुएट के लेवल के बच्चों की तरफ से आप ऐसा यदि काम करवा रहे हो, एंड इफ इट इज पब्लिश इन 0.5 इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर जनरल, then it's a more than well what is expected. R&D and consultancy work, here there is a lacuna in for most of the institutes, because consultancy work जो होता है वो इंडस्ट्री से आना चाहिए, वो गवर्नमेंट से आना चाहिए, और उसका पूरा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है वो पूरा ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में होना चाहिए। यहाँ तक के ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में होना चाहिए, कंसल्टेंसी वर्क शुड नॉट बी अ फ्री कंसल्टेंसी अनलेस इट इज अवेलेबल विद द गवर्नमेंट। मगर कंसल्टेंसी प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज की जो होती है, जो बाहर के इंडस्ट्री से, बाहर के यूनिट से होती है, और उनमें से आपको इनकम कितना मिलता है उसका डॉक्यूमेंट्री एविडेंस के साथ में पूरा मटेरियल रखना आपको जरूरी होता है। बहुत बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि एमओयू बना लिया, एमओयू बनाने के बाद भी कुछ भी नहीं, ना ये काम कर रहे हैं, ना वहाँ से कुछ पैसा आ रहा है, ना कुछ ना कुछ ना कुछ। So that type of halfway documents are not accepted, and accordingly we have to work for this type of things. Otherwise, there are so many things to. If I start discussing this faculty contribution, it itself will take 1 hour to discuss for it. Then these are the other parameters what we are looking for. This is also available in a standard format with the NBA. You can, I think most of you might have the copies of this type of what parameters are to be checked during the evaluation parameters are available in the public domain, and you can go for it. But the simple thing is that आपको जितना समझ में आता है उतना ही आपने किया है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। जितना NBA एक्सपेक्ट करती है उतना आपको करना है, ये चीज ध्यान में रखना है। क्योंकि हम बोलते हैं 2 और 2 4, 2 और 2 4, 2 और 2 4, ऐसा जब हम बोलते हैं तो सामने वाला उसमें पूछा रहता है अलग, उसका एक्सपेक्टेशन कुछ अलग ही रहता है, वो कुछ सिनर्जिस्टिक इफेक्ट चाहता है उसमें से 2 और 2 8। आप कहेंगे सर 2 और 2 8 कैसा होता है? They demand synergistic effect. They are not expecting additive effect there. So as a result of that, it is important from our point of view that you should think from the point of view of what is required by the NBA, then from the point of view that what you can do it. हम जितना कर सकते हैं उतना हमारा लिमिट है, ये आपको सोचना नहीं है। लोग क्या चाहते हैं, सोसाइटी क्या चाहती है, what are the expectation as far as quality attributes are considered, you have to think over it. So this is again continuous improvement. This criteria number 7 has various very important role in successive cycles of the NBA accreditation, because the continuous improvement is most important for successive improvement, successive life cycles of the NBA accreditation. Because they, I already told you that 75% you have already achieved. You don't want that 75% is there. Plus 75%. This is how you can go for plus 75% and continuous improvement. This will be a very, very important parameter in case of second life cycle. There is a last point parameter here, that overall improvement since last accreditation. So this is a very important parameter from this type of things. Student support system. This is also important parameter. So what type of student support system is available, provided by the institution, and the related document available with the institute is important criteria as far as this is considered. As far as language lab is considered, many of the institutes are keeping just a monitor, they are keeping some headphones, and they are putting some software in their PCs. But when we ask the students that whether you are utilizing them, what is their logbook, how many students are utilizing them, then we do not get the answers from the students. So just merely by providing this particular type of language lab is not going to solve the problem, but actually by asking students to work on it, by keeping proper record of all these particular parameters is important. तो जैसे हम proper record रखने की बात करते हैं, तो many times it has been found that student का record भी वहाँ पर रखा जाता है, on record एक register रहता है, उसके ऊपर student का नाम वगैरह वगैरह लिखा जाता है। एक सैंपल पीस करके हम कोई भी उसमें से स्टूडेंट को यदि बुलाते हैं, उनको पूछते हैं कि बाबा आपने इसके ऊपर काम किया है क्या, क्योंकि हमारा तो सैंपल पीस अटेंडम रहता है, उसको तो पढ़ाया नहीं रहता है स्टूडेंट्स को। वो बोलता है सर हम तो कभी आए ही नहीं सर हम यहाँ पर। तो दिस टाइप ऑफ डाटा यदि आप जनरेट करते हो, फेक डाटा जनरेट होता है, it creates a very bad impression as far as the institute is considered, and accordingly, it is यदि आप रियल एफर्ट्स लेते हो, जेन्युइन एफर्ट्स लेते हो, तो इस प्रकार के आंसर स्टूडेंट्स को हमको नहीं मिलेंगे। वो बोलेंगे सर मैं यहाँ पे बैठ, बहुत बार ऐसा भी होता है, हाँ सर हम यहाँ पर आते हैं, हम उसको बोलते हैं कि चलो इसको हमको खोल के बताओ, वो खोलता है उसको, वो बोलता है अब ये हमने उसको बोलते कि पहले आपका एसेंट्स कैसे था, अभी कैसा है, उनको एग्जामिन करके बताता है कि सर पहले मैं ऐसा था, अभी मैं ऐसा बन गया हूँ, अभी मैं यहाँ से ये सीखा हूँ। तो इट गिव्स अस अ गारंटी दैट students are utilizing it and accordingly so on. So merely providing the facility is not important, but actually the important is the use of those facilities by the students and the proof that students are using it, and the ultimate proof is that this is the student, earlier he was like this, now he is like this. This is the ultimate proof what you are providing to the students, to the evaluation team. So again this is governance, institutional supports, and financial resources, and so on and so on. So we will have the things about all these parameters. So this is most of the times is associated with the high level management part, because in budget, campus, infrastructure, organization, budget allocation, program specific budget allocation, utilization is all associated with those type of things. Again here during the evaluation we have found that many times the management or the institutions are providing the budget, but it has been found that merely budget allocation is not important. बजट एलोकेशन के बाद में उसका यूटिलाइजेशन देखा जाता है, तो उसका यूटिलाइजेशन में पता चलता है कि बजट एलोकेटेड वाज 5 lakhs, the amount utilized was only 2 lakhs. So when the allocated was 5 lakhs, then why you use 2 lakhs utilization? And then even after that, if the utilization is 2 lakhs, then they do not provide us the supporting document of audits. बिकॉज ऑडिट्स में ऐसा होता है कि यदि आपने 2 लाख में बजट यूटिलाइज किया है तो उसके बिल चेक हो गए, बिल जेन्युइन है कि नहीं वो चेक होगा, सब कुछ होगा, तब कहीं आपके पास ऑडिटेड स्टेटमेंट आएगा, बट दे आर नॉट रेडी टू प्रोवाइड द ऑडिटिंग अकाउंटिंग स्टेटमेंट ऑफ ऑल दिस पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ इवेंट्स. सो इट हैज बीन फाउंड दैट बहुत ईजी क्राइटेरिया है ये, मगर यहाँ पर बहुत सारे बार ऐसा होता है कि 5 लाख अलॉट कर लिया, 2 लाख का यूटिलाइजेशन कर लिया, 2 लाख का अकाउंटिंग स्टेटमेंट भी होता है. But the major question is that why you allocated 5 and why you use only 2? When you allocated 5, you should have used 5 only. That is the only some documentary adjustments made by the institutes. But this is not good from the NBA point of view. So this is how we are going for. This is the most important parameter, that is strength, weakness, and deficiencies. I already said you that. Many times we ask the institutes to provide their strength, weakness, and deficiencies. Students provide 10 strengths, they provide 1 weakness, and they provide no deficiencies. We know that this cannot happen, and ultimately we have to find out the weakness and deficiencies, and then we have to report it. But this should not happen in practice. In practice, actually, the weakness and deficiency should be defined first, then the strength should be defined. And we already said that at the end, if you are getting all this type of marks, you are getting the accreditation for this type of things. So this is just a sort of a story that how the evaluators will come to you, and what type of things the evaluators will try to evaluate from you. The story is that you require 4 years for the preparation of MBA, because you have to submit the data of 3 years, past 3 years plus current years. So that's why I'm saying that for first accreditation purposes, minimum data of 4 years is to be provided by you. So 4 years data provided by you. You are to work from first day to the last day. But my suggestion to all the institute is that whenever you are going for accreditation process, do the documentary work genuinely. Second is that you first set your target. हमारा टारगेट क्या है, हमको पहले चुनना है. और यदि हमको टारगेट पता करने के बाद में हम यदि हम बैक टाइट्रेशन करते हैं तो इस मामले में इजी होता है काफ़ी सारा चीज़। इसलिए इजी होता है काफ़ी सारा चीज़ क्योंकि वंस यू नो योर टारगेट देन इट इज़ वेरी इजी टू ऊपर से नीचे आने के लिए काफ़ी सहूलियत जाती है, ना कि नीचे से ऊपर जाने के लिए। नीचे से जब आप ऊपर जाएंगे तब पता चलेगा कि अरे यार ये भी करना है, अरे यार ये भी करना है, अरे यार ये भी करना है, तो हमको निगेटिविटी थोड़ी बढ़ती जाती है। यदि हमको पहले ही पता चलता है कि हमको ये 100 चीज़ें करना है और हमको उसको आज से शुरू करना है, तो देन क्रिएट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी इन योर माइंड दैट नो यार आई हैव टू रीच दैट टारगेट, आई हैव टू डू इट। अगर एक-एक चीज़ आपको बताया गया तो फिर उसमें निगेटिविटी ज़्यादा आने के चांसेस होते हैं। सो दैट्स व्हाई द 4 ईयर वर्क is to be consolidated in the form of one SAR of hardly 200 pages or 300 pages, whatever it may be. And that SAR is ultimately evaluated by the 3 persons within 2 days. And those after this, they are presenting their reports to the NBA authorities and you are getting the things. So there is a quite huge work compressed within SAR. That SAR huge work again is compressed within the evaluation team's 2 days visit, and that again concluded in one statement that your institute is accredited for 3 years or 6 years or no accreditation. And accordingly, it is estimated that you are judged from all these particular point of view. So this is how all the story from my side. If you have any doubts or questions, you can raise your questions and doubts just now, or you can raise your questions on my email address, that is pkpuranik@yahoo.com, so that we can have further interaction with you. For preparing this presentation, I acknowledge the documentation part from NBA New Delhi. Similarly, I acknowledge the principal of IPER College for organizing such a beautiful faculty development program for the faculties which are in the Nagpur and nearby Nagpur region, MA states, or even at national level. Similarly, I am thankful to the coordinator of this faculty development program for taking this extra efforts in this period of pandemic and arranging this online faculty education program for the participants. And in the last, I am very much thankful to all my dear colleagues. I think it was the maximum number was around 77 or 80, whatever it may be, who have participated in this program. And I think you might have received some information, some input from my side. Okay, so thank you very much. It's over to you.
Now, session is open for question and answer. Now, session is open for question and answer.
Yeah. Now, Boli, somebody want to ask question?
Yes, in chat section, one question is there, sir.
Chart section, 1 minute. Hello.
नीलेश महाजन.
थोड़ा सा बात करेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. आई एम नॉट गेटिंग दिस चार्ट सेक्शन में. ओके.
हेलो सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है? हेलो.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, there is one question in chat box by Dr. Nilesh Mahajan, sir. He is asking, just wanted to know if institute is going for accreditation UG program, whether the committee will consider PG publications in criteria 5.
This is, can you repeat the question?
Sir, he is asking if institute is going for accreditation of UG program, whether committee will consider PG publications in criteria 5.
It is expected that the publication from the UG students are most required. But if the faculty is teaching to the UG PG program, then under such type of circumstances, they may consider it. But the value, the importance will be given for the publication if they are available from UG student. It is not like that they will not consider it. They will definitely consider it, but more importance and more values will be given for the publication if the UG students are publishing the same points.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
I think hello.
Hello. There is one more question in the chat box from Ashwin Kumar Pathak. And that question is, what is the basic difference between attainment and outcome?
The basic difference between attainment and there is as such, whenever you are going for attainment and outcome, see, whenever you are going for COPO's attainment, then we have to specifically go for one matrix preparation. The end of the matrix preparation, you are coming to know whether you have attained the parameters or not. Okay, so that is the meaning of your attainment.
Okay. Sir, I thanks Dr. Prashant Puranik sir on behalf of IPER for enlightening presentation. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Prashant Puranik sir for giving an excellent coverage to evaluation parameter or procedure for NB accreditation. I also wish to express my gratitude for providing encouragement to achieve academic objectives. We are all inspired by your great words. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time to us. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Now, dear participants, please fill the feedback form link given in chat section. I declare this session is closed. And again, join the next session tomorrow, sharp at 11 a.m. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.